What's happening, budget builders, and welcome back to the channel. Today we picked up this little 1989 Volkswagen Jetta diesel 5-speed. Pretty cool little car. Lower miles, about 118,000 miles. It was parked in 2006, right in the spot that you saw it in the picture. So this car's been sitting for about 14 years or so. Hasn't run since then. We were not able to get any video of us getting it. All we did was air the tires up, drag it out with a truck, slap it on the trailer, bring it here and dump it off. And it's time to pop the hood. It's still got a battery in it. I'm sure it's completely dead. So let's get that battery pulled out. Let's kind of check a few things over, see if this thing come back to life, and let's get the sucker to run. All right, let's get this hood popped. Oh yeah. Had some friends living in here. It's honestly actually a pretty clean little engine bay. Joking, I mean, in all seriousness, you could tell the mileage represents the car. It's pretty clean other than the mouse nests and stuff that have been in there from it sitting. But otherwise, I think we're okay. I haven't even tried to... Probably need to get that out of there. We go ahead and pull this battery really quick, see if the car has any life. Let's go see if we got some life in the inside. It's funny, it's got the same little sound as my Mark III's did. This is on for some reason. Thing's flaky. Key on. The dash is dead. The rear defrost. Radio work. Sounds great. That blows, literally. Check this out, the Cobra. Crazy cooter coming at ya. Uh-oh, what we got? Wish this thing would quit. What we got? Welcome to the partnership. Danger. Cigarettes. Volkswagen warranty. Now that's cool. Alright, first thing we're going to do is check the oil. So it's nice and black. You know how these diesels are. They're normally pretty good. So let's go ahead and grab a trash bag, a vacuum cleaner, and an air hose and get all this junk cleaned out of here so we can see about turning this engine over and maybe trying to get it to crank. check our air filter out real quick. Clean as a pin. Not bad in there either. Somebody was a little hungry and ate the return line, which is not a huge deal. They did not eat. Let me take this off and we'll get our little primer bulb and let's see if we can pull some fuel and see what the 14-year-old diesel is like. Let's check this time belt really quick and make sure there's nothing in it, make sure it looks okay. Time belt and everything looks pretty good. We obviously will want to change it before any kind of major driving or anything, because it's rubber and rubber deteriorates. So, all right, so we've gone ahead and pulled our fuel line off, put our primer bulb in. Let's see what this car has to offer us. Oh. Look at that. 14 years and it's not great, but it'll run on that. What you see as far as the brownish is actually the staining from the fuel lines, but as far as the diesel goes, it's pretty good. All right, so I've gone ahead and run a return line into this little bottle here really quick, and I want to check our solenoid. The only thing that you have to crank this engine as far as electronics is the 12-volt shutoff solenoid on the pump. Now when you apply 12 volts, it opens up that solenoid. It pulls it in. So let's check and make sure we have voltage there, which we do. We got 12 volts. To begin with, without bleeding it, I'm just going to pull the warm-up lever on the dash. Let's turn this thing over, I don't know, and see if it'll crank off. I'm going to hit it with a little sniffle, little WD-40. Alright, I'm not a huge fan of using this stuff, but let's give it a couple quick hits just to see how it does. This is some starting fluid with upper cylinder lubrication. Obviously, we've already sprayed a good bit of WD-40 down in there and everything, so I don't think we're going to cook anything. Let's just give it a nice little sneeze and see what it'll do. Alright, so it sounds like she might have a little bit of a hydrolock going on, or dropped a valve or something. So I am going to go ahead and pull the fuel rails and then pull the injectors, and let's look down in the cylinders and see if we can see anything. Alright, well there's our lines loose. Alright, here's our socket for pulling the injectors. Kind of dirty, but really doesn't look too bad. Alright, so like always, gotta lose a little bit of audio. So what I was saying here is I had to run to the auto parts store and grab a few things, and I put the camera in the trunk of the car and closed it, and it decided it was not going to open up again. The latch mechanism actually fell off on the inside, and so that back seat actually kicked my butt trying to get it off. But I was able to get it off, reach through, get the camera out, and here in the near future, we will have to figure out how to get that trunk open. Now up front, I don't know what the heck kind of starting fluid that was, but it will not crank an engine. That stuff is terrible. So I went ahead and run some new fuel to it and got a new battery for it,
and we're going to try to crank it over and see what it does. No starting fluid. Hopefully it'll pop off.
No smoky. Well, there was some trial and error in there, and some figuring out. And that one probably took longer than most of them. I don't know what she just needs some loves. I really should have, and I need to go through, and we will. I'm gonna go through all the crossover lines, Probably replace all the heat shields on the injectors, do all the fuel lines and everything, make sure everything's up to par, do a timing belt, a tensioner, a water pump, get this car up to par, and then I'm going to flip it. This one is going to be for sale, so if you know anybody or you're looking for a little Mark II 1.6 naturally aspirated 5-speed diesel, this is a pretty cool little car. It's very straight and very solid. We are going to do a video detailing this car. I think it's going to pop really nice. I think it's going to clean up really well. There's no major rust anywhere on the car. There's like one little spot on the floorboard on the passenger side and then a little bit in the battery tray, but nothing structural anywhere, nothing on the outside that's visible. It's actually a really clean little car. So I think it'll be really fun to get this thing going. We'll take it for a drive, we'll do the brakes, we'll do a detail, and get this car ready to sell. Hope y'all enjoyed that quick little video getting this car going. Later this week I will have a detailed video up on the car and something really cool coming up soon. I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's a TDI Beetle that I've been pulling parts off of, and that turbo diesel and 5-speed is for something. I bought this car and that car together and hoping this car will pay for the two of them. Enjoyed that. Peace out. Catch y'all on the flip side.